will ask me, Carla, what opportunities are there here for me at Signet? How can I progress? How can I go on to be a band 6? How can I go on to be a band 7? And my answer and response to them is, I can support you to achieve that in whatever way that looks, or however that is. We have a range of opportunities available for our speech and language therapists, not only to progress clinically, but also in their personal, professional and non-clinical skills as well. So we have a whole host of opportunities available. We can support people with undertaking very specific clinical courses. We can support people with taking on non-clinical courses such as apprenticeships. All of these areas, as well as learning in the day-to-day environments that people work, help them and support them with their career progression. It gives them the experiences that they need to learn from a situation to then go on to take on more responsibility within the next level of being a speech and language therapist.
I think one of the really exciting things about working for Signet Speech and Language Therapy, and not just the opportunities that you can have from working from potentially an assistant level into a band 5 or newly qualified post and up through to one of the clinical lead posts. It's more than that. I think we also offer the opportunity to transition between specialisms too and different settings. So the fact that as an organisation we work across both health and social care means that some of our clinicians have had the opportunity to work in a social care setting where the delivery of clinical service looks quite different to in a hospital setting. We also work across a number of different service lines. So you might find yourself in a neuropsychiatry role and then an opportunity opens up in another clinical specialism. And there aren't many other providers where you might have those opportunities opened up to you, where you can test the waters, look at working within a different clinical specialism and make that sort of sideways transition potentially into a completely different clinical specialism. Of course, that comes with lots of transferable skills, but then it does obviously afford the clinician the opportunity to develop in a different area of clinical interest. And I think that that's quite an exciting thing that we can offer, and that's something that is unique to our service.
We've got a number of individuals within the team who have joined the organisation at a stage in their career, and the opportunities that we've been able to provide them with, the opening of new services, has enabled them and supported them to progress. So thinking of a couple of the individuals within the team that specifically jumped to mind, we have one individual who joined us as a newly qualified speech and language therapist. She had 1 year's experience. She's now performing within the role of a clinical lead. In the 6 years that she has worked for us, we have been able to support her to acquire new clinical skills. We've been able to support her to progress her supervisory duties. We've also enabled her to become the student placement coordinator. So she's been able to support with the future planning of the workforce and help us build those critical links to universities to demonstrate and show to students that there is a whole host of opportunities available in terms of placements outside of the locations that they may normally be offered. Another one that I'd quite like to kind of mention is another example, which is somebody who joined the organisation as a care and support worker over 10 years ago. They were based within one of our learning disability services, and they were supported to become at first a therapy coordinator, and then they progressed into becoming a speech and language therapy assistant. From there, they were able to identify that speech therapy was the route that they wanted to take for their career from the opportunities that were given to them, and they were successful in gaining a place at university to undertake their degree in speech and language therapy. On completion of that degree, that individual did actually return back to us, and they practiced for us as a speech and language therapist in one of our other units. Since then, they have further supported another 4 units, and now they've actually gone on to become a clinical specialist, which is a role supporting the development of our electronic patient records, and using their clinical knowledge and skills to benefit the much wider workforce in how to deliver safe and effective health and social care.